Welcome to a bad recap of Dredd, a movie about police brutality, but like in a cool and a fun way. Anyway, the movie is set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland with most of North America a radioactive desert. Oh, my prayers have finally been answered. On the East Coast, 800 million survivors are crammed into Mega City 1, a violent, crime-ridden metropolis, a concrete jungle where, well, instead of dreams, meth addictions are made of. The only thing fighting for order in the chaos are the judges, merciless law enforcement officers who act as both judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah, that's right. You want to cross the street without looking both ways first? Enjoy hell, you criminal scum. This is Judge Dredd, currently in pursuit of some men driving while under the influence. I don't see what the problem is. It's boring behind the wheel. After a long chase involving gunfire, vehicular manslaughter, and, most importantly, no seatbelts, he shoots out their tires, causing the van to crash. He then pursues one of the guys into a mall while the other two die, and he finds the man with a hostage. Oh god, he's gonna have to negotiate. That's an interesting strategy. He fires an incendiary round into the perp's mouth, killing him instantly. Oh, job well done. Another safe and happy citizen. Wait, why does she look terrified? Back at headquarters, Dredd helps to evaluate the new rookie, Anderson. The chief judge explains that she scored just awfully throughout the academy and didn't even pass. But she's been given a chance because of a special ability.
What can you tell me about the person I'm with?
Male, another judge, 5.6 inches uncut. Keeps thinking about the name Homelander.
He's a mutant.
Whoa, bloody hell, Dredd, you can't just drop the hard T like that. Anderson was born and raised next to the radiation zone, so developed powerful psychic abilities. The judges think this ability could help them win the war on crime, so Dredd is tasked with taking her out for a day in the field, a trial by fire, to see if she executes someone for littering or gets murdered by a crackhead. Meanwhile, in a 200-story slum, Mama is taking a bath. In slow motion. God, holy Zack Snyder reference. Mama is an unregistered pharmacist, also known as a drug lord, who controls the supply of a new drug called slow-mo, which, as the name suggests, slows the user's perception of time by 99%. They tried making it 100%, but that's just being dead. Her men caught 3 rival dealers on their turf, so naturally the only logical thing to do is to skin them alive, give them some slow-mo, and throw them from the top floor. I hope they enjoy the next 20 minutes plummeting to their deaths. Dredd and Anderson are dispatched to deal with the incident and arrive at the tower block, where outside they find a homeless man who, what the fuck? The judges head inside and meet a paramedic who gives a bad recap of the current gang ecosystem within the block. Basically, Mama used to be a, one of the girls from GTA 5 until she bit her pimp's dick off. She then took over his businesses and slowly claimed full control of the tower block, working her way down the levels through rival gangs, just biting off any dick within reach. But now the two judges are determined to put an end to her reign. They head to one of the gang's dens on level 39 and prepare for battle. First time in combat, rookie? Yeah. Yeah, just aim for the heads. Shoot to kill, no surrenders. Sir, that sounds like a war cry. Let's fucking go! Guys, I can't show this next scene without losing all the money I make from these videos, but just use your imagination. It's very graphic. While detaining the survivors of their breach, they find Kay, one of Mama's top enforcers. And while Anderson is cuffing him, she uses her psychic abilities, without a warrant, to learn that he was involved with the skinning, torture, and execution of the guys from earlier. So Dredd decides to take him back to headquarters for questioning. I'm not sure how that would hold up in court. That's a cute arrest reason, Judge Anderson. You care to back it up with a source? It was revealed to me in a dream. Mama learns that one of her enforcers is being taken for questioning and knows that cannot be allowed to happen. So she has one of her men hack into the building security system and initiate a DEFCON systems test, putting the entire tower block into lockdown mode and ensuring that any raised alarms will be ignored by other law enforcement. With the judges sealed inside a 200-story tomb, Mama makes an announcement over the intercom like, hey guys, I've trapped some police officers in the basement. Kill them. Kill them now! The entire tower block arm themselves for combat, except from the toddlers and pregnant women who hide in their rooms. Cowards. The judges try to call for backup, but the lockdown mode blocks their comms, leaving them stranded against an army of gunmen. Oh, quick, throw the mustard gas. Ah, hell yeah. Oh, hello? Geneva Conventions? Sorry, you have the wrong number. What, flashbangs? What, lame? Yeah, try something more lethal next time, like a tactical nuke, I don't know. I surrender, I can't hear you. You don't want to do this. After working through a wave of men, the judges try to set up camp in the building's medical center, but the doctor refuses to let them in, calling them noobs and campers. He sure is lucky he's behind bulletproof glass. Instead, they sneak their way up through the tower, avoiding gunfights to conserve ammunition until they're invited into a lady's apartment. Okay, invited is an interesting choice of word. They use her room to hide from enemy patrols, and Dredd suggests they detain this innocent civilian. Wait, what? Eventually, she helps them escape the floor via a Secret Service elevator, saying that the sooner they're out of her area, the more likely they won't end up killing her husband. Oh, the power of love. Even in a dystopian future, it trumps all. God bless. Wait, that's her husband? Oh, well, I wish her the best of luck as a single mother. Oh, who am I kidding? That baby is not going to survive. Meanwhile, Mama is informed of how far the judges have made it and how many crackheads they've executed. So she has one of her men hack into the building's ceiling metal gate dispensers, I don't know, locking the judges on their current floor, trapping them like a mouse. In a mousetrap. Dredd tells Anderson to take the suspect and hide somewhere with cover while he... Dude, where you going? He wanders down a few corridors like, oh hell yeah, I feel so confident. The only thing that could rattle me would be a Gatling gun aimed at my nuts. Oh, holy hell. Mama opens fire on just everything, blasting the opposite side of the block with the force of 1,000 overdoses, destroying homes, families, load-bearing walls, but not landing a single hit on Dredd.
What the fuck are you doing?
Meanwhile, while Dredd is fighting for his life, Anderson is hanging out with their suspect, who is trying to rattle her.
What am I thinking about right now?
Bridget steel! Bridget steel!
Make it stop, please. But they're rudely interrupted by Dredd running from the bullets. A hole is blasted in the outside wall, allowing the three to escape the gunfire and hide on some outdoor suspended skate park. Okay, why would somebody build this? Are they stupid? Now that they're outside, Dredd is finally able to call for backup, before heading back inside to commit some police brutality. You see, he realizes that Mama has committed just far too much genocide to protect just some random enforcer, meaning that Kay must be of great importance. He must know important information that would cripple the drug empire if it got out. Dredd's interrogation method of brain damage doesn't yield any results, so Anderson steps in to steal the information by entering Kay's mind.
Kind of empty in here.
Don't think of dicks, don't think of balls, don't. Since Kay has control over his own mind, shocking, I know, he tries to spook Anderson by thinking about them getting freaky. But she uses her powers to replace the version of herself giving him sloppy toppy with a very chompy mama. Having his imaginary dick torn off leaves his mind defenseless, allowing Anderson to get her grubby mitts deep in his subconscious, and she discovers that the tower block is actually the center of slow-mo production and distribution. Meanwhile, two judges respond to Dredd's distress call like, yeah, we're hearing reports of gunfire.
Nuh-uh. What?
Nuh-uh. You wanna open these blast doors?
Nuh-uh.
Do you say anything other than nuh-uh?
Nuh-uh.
Back with Dredd and Anderson, they decide to hide until their backup arrives and then take down Mama with the odds in their favor. But they're ambushed by two teenagers with guns.
Freeze!
Why?
This distraction allows Kay to get the jump on Anderson. They grapple while Dredd sets his gun to stun and takes care of the two boys. Wait, stun? He's had non-lethal options this entire time? Kay uses Anderson as a body shield to slip into a nearby lift and takes her directly to Mama. Oh no, she's gonna bite her dick off. All the goons really want to do bad things to Anderson, but Mama says they need to make it look like nothing more than a drug bust gone wrong. That means no torture, no skinning, and no sex stuff.
Boring!
At that moment, Dredd makes an announcement over the PA system, basically just saying, I am become law, executor of petty criminals. And he ends his statement by saying that for Mama, it's
Judgment time.
oh, hell yeah, he's about to judge all over the place. Hearing this threat, Mama calls for backup of her own in the form of 4 corrupt judges who approach the tower block where the first 2 judges are still just waiting to be let in. They relieve them of duty before being granted entry where they're met by the paramedic. He's like, oh, thank God for more judges. I'm so happy to see you, and I am fully prepared to testify in court against any of these gang members. I just love to serve my community. I mean, fair enough. He wouldn't stop talking. The corrupt judges make their way up to Mama and demand 1 million credits to take care of her problem. Guys, I have no idea how much 1 million credits is worth, so this could be a very big deal. Or not. Meanwhile, Dredd is battling his way through random gang members until he eventually runs into one of the other judges. But Dredd is instantly suspicious of him since he doesn't ask about Anderson, implying he already knows she's being held by Mama. A fight breaks out between the two, with Dredd easily able to overpower and execute the corrupt officer. Back with Anderson, she's about to be shot by Kay using her own gun. Very stupid, since they're trying to make this look like a drug bust gone wrong. I mean, I doubt the ballistics of a standard firearm would match that of a judge's service weapon, but I'm not American, so don't actually know anything about guns. Kay doesn't realize there's some sort of identity sensor on the gun's handle that somehow works through the judge's thick gloves, so the gun explodes when he tries to fire, blowing off his arm. And while making her escape, Anderson meets one of the corrupt judges, who she shoots because their vibe was completely off. Meanwhile, the last two corrupt judges find the body that Dredd left behind and eventually corner him in the drug lab.
Armor piercing. Wait. Did you just say wait? I mean, wait for what? Wait for me to change my mind? No. Wait for her to shoot you.
After dispatching all the corrupt judges, Anderson and Dredd salvage gear from their bodies. A scavenger perk, yeah, that's funny. Before heading to finish the fight with Mama. They find her hacker guy first, who is a coward, and gives up all the information about her highly secure penthouse, including the keypad combination. They make their way to the top floor, shooting every henchman they meet, and eventually reach Mama's apartment. They see that she's installed a dead man's switch, a dead woman's switch on her wrist, connected to enough explosives to destroy all 200 levels of the tower block. Dredd can't execute her on the spot, or he and the 75,000 people living there will be reduced to ash. No, I did not make that number up. There are 75,000 people living in this tower. I can't even count that high. With no other options, Dredd uses a stun bullet to... Dredd, that wasn't a stun bullet. He takes a gamble that the dead woman's switch isn't powerful enough to send a signal through 200 layers of concrete, so he loads her up on some slow-mo before throwing her out the window. After a lifetime of falling, Mama lands at the bottom. She doesn't survive the fall, funnily enough, but if you listen very closely, you can just about hear...
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
The device disconnects from the bombs. Later, the building's lockdown is deactivated, and Dredd finally finishes Anderson's assessment. She's fairly convinced she failed, since she broke a lot of the rules Dredd set at the start of the day, but when the chief judge asks for his evaluation, he confirms that she has passed. And the movie ends. Great movie. I enjoyed the part where Dredd killed a man for littering, and my favourite character was easily Big Joe. I mean, a name like that, do I need to give a reason? But yeah, if you enjoyed this recap, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you ever so much for watching.